One of the things that I get asked a lot of questions about is how I decide to dress my service dog. I dress my service dog differently than a lot of other people do, and part of that is for disability reasons. I'm one of those people that can't stand strangers coming up to me. I don't like strangers. I don't like crowds. People coming up to me gives me panic attacks. Um, and unfortunately, with having a service dog, it kind of makes you a magnet for attention. So I've designed my gear in such a way to try to keep people away from me as much as possible. And some people may say that the way that I've designed my gear is rude or unprofessional, but it works for me. And part of the reason with that is because if somebody looks at it and says, hey, this person looks kind of rude, maybe I shouldn't come up to them, I can almost guarantee you that whatever conception they have from the gear that I'm rude is not as bad as if it wasn't on the gear and they came up to me and something just fell out of my mouth because I couldn't stand that person being in my space. Okay, so this is the first style of vest that I had for my service dog. And it's a Julius Canine. This one's red, and it's got the saddlebags on it. I just have saddlebags on it because I use it for exercise with him, put a bit of weight on it. But I got the red one because it stands out a little bit more than black because he's a gray dog. And I work him on the left, so I put either service dog or I've got a do not pet. And so I work him on my left. My body kind of covers the patches on his right side. So whatever I want most conveyed, I put on his left side because that's what most people are going to see. I've noticed that if you put the do not pet, it will actually get the do not pet message across more than if you didn't put it on the side where most people can see you. I noticed that if I put the service dog on the side, people just come up and pet him, and it's just annoying. If I put the do not pet where most people can see it, the most problem I usually have is people thinking that he's like a bite dog, which is just kind of annoying to hear the comments as I go by, but as long as they're not coming up to me and stuffing their hands all over my dog, I can tolerate it. Downside of the Julius Canine is it only has room for one patch. And he outgrew his Julius Canine for like regular use, so I kind of had to go do an in-between cheap vest. I got this for $15 on a Black Friday special at Roughwear, and it's just the Webmaster harness. And it doesn't come with anything on it, so I just put some Velcro on it, and the Velcro can come off, but it kind of depends how well you apply it. I just use the sticky stuff. I don't have any service dog patches on this one. I use biker patches. You can see some of those right there. And people say it's really busy. Sometimes I put more on this. But actually, it's so busy that I find most people stop and they stare at the text rather than continuing to look up to me and initiate conversation. Whereas normally they look down, see service dog, look up, and start asking stupid questions. They stare at it longer, and either it gives me time to get away from them while they're staring at it, or usually I'll get some kind of remark just on the patch, and be like, oh, I like that patch. This is the one that people like most. My dog is cooler than most people. This service dog patch I like. The work can keep your hands to yourself, but it's not very big, but I like it. This button, which I got off of Zazzle, which says, please do not approach, causes stress. I got a giant one for like, I think it was like $6. This thing is magic. I don't know why. It seems to work better than the stop sign patches. For whatever reason. I don't know why. I also have other bits of flair, like that last button that I put on just for fun. This one is Girls Can't What with a firefighter on there. Paramedic will work for cupcakes. I love my Alaskan Malamute because I I hope people might read it, but they still don't. And having my dog be called a husky is like 1,000 times in a day. It just gets old and annoying. Or he's like twice as big as a husky, weighs like twice as much. So people ask me what the hell is wrong with my husky, and he's not one. It's like a nice horse when your animal's like a cow. It's no. Anyway. And then these little buttons I get from Spencer's, and I don't necessarily put all of these on his gear because they're pushing it, even for me. I try not to put F-bombs on his gear and stuff like that, but I like this one. And this one with the unicorn. And I have no idea what this is, but it was interesting. The I'm going to hell in every religion one. And this one I wish I could put on his gear because this is what will usually fall out of my mouth if someone says something ignorant that I can't stand, but I don't. I also have a button with a drawing of him on it that says Cater's Gonna Hate, and one that says, I'm just a service dog, not a magical unicorn. Other things I do to mark my dog instead of a vest. Leash. My friend made me this leash, and I haven't had it very long, but I like it. And it's got at the bottom, just service dog with do not pet, pretty basic. And then this one goes across my chest, and it says, handler dislikes strangers. For those people that come up to my face and are talking to me and saying something stupid, and for whatever reason, you can't tell from the look on my face that I just don't want to interact with them. Hope that maybe they'll glance down and see and go, hey, I don't know. And it's got his name. And keep back. But it's kind of hard to see because it's not very wide, so I'm not going to rely on that, but I haven't really had time to test it out yet. But what I swear on is this leash slide, which I got off of Etsy, which is Don't Approach. People read this one aloud all the time, and they actually follow it, which is amazing. This is like my best part of my gear. From the same person who made that, I have this one, which also stands out really well. And I got this in orange because although the ADA doesn't require you to mark your dog, some state law protections only extend if your service dog is marked in orange. I honestly hate orange, but if I'm traveling and that's what the state says in order for the protections I need, I can just put this on, or not. Some states, I guess, restrict the color orange for only hearing or guide dogs, so just know wherever you're going what your laws are. And this is another vest that I just got. I like the purple, though I hear from people that purple actually invites people to pet your dog. For some reason, people have said that purple's like more inviting. I got these for disability awareness, cause awareness colors. But what I like is I put on his left side, which is facing out, I got this giant Star of Life, which most people recognize as a medical symbol. So if they're too freaking lazy to read service dog or don't know what service dog means, like most people will recognize that this means like something medical and not think that he's a drug dog or anything. Worst case scenario, search and rescue dog. But people are always stupid somehow. And then this on the side says the emergency information inside for first responders, so that they know. Oh. And this giant patch, I've heard from people, works miracles, and if it's as good as Leash Slide, I hope it is, I'll be very happy with it. Another part of his gear, not every day, but some days, is his GoPro. And this is the Fetch harness that they sell for it. And I just put it on over whatever gear he's wearing. And it kind of depends where I go. Part of the reason for this is shits and giggles, honestly. It's just funny to record the crazy shit people do. Some of it's for training purposes, see how he improves over time, and some of it is for legal protections. If you go into somewhere and they hassle you, they say that you can't come in because of the service dog, you have an access challenge, it's right there, you can hit record, or if someone is harassing you and your service dog, it's also good to be able to record, especially with people with certain disabilities, especially psychiatric in nature, where oftentimes courts or police may consider you an unreliable witness based on your disability. It can be good to have that footage. Just be aware of your recording laws in your area. But part of why I like this is it goes right over his gear, and whether the camera is on or not, most people don't want to be on camera, which means once they see the camera, they'll try to get out of whatever area they think that it might be recording, which is cool. Sometimes I get people asking, what's with the camera, or, hey, is that a GoPro? And I just say, yeah, and that's usually the end of the conversation. I've never had anyone tell me to, take it off of him or anything like that. I don't really know how I'd handle that situation. But yeah, it really does help keep people away. And I just tell people it's for training purposes and usually go on their business. That's it.